The roar of an audience is overwhelming, a tidal wave that surges, crashes, and drowns out everything else. For decades, Elton John lived within that roar, dazzling the world with sequined suits, oversized glasses, and pianos that seemed to explode with fire. On stage, every note, every movement was a spectacle millions believed celebrated life itself. Yet, when the applause ended and the lights dimmed, the roar left only silence. Behind the legend stood Reginald Kenneth Dwight, a man carrying scars no standing ovation could erase. A quiet tragedy hidden beneath sequins and spectacle. The boy behind the legend. Before fame, there was a boy on Pinner Hill Road outside London, quiet, sensitive, and yearning for love. Reginald Dwight's parents offered little comfort. His father, a strict military man, rarely smiled or encouraged him, and his mother's volatility left emotional scars. At the piano, Reginald found solace, each melody a shield, each note a plea. Music became his refuge and his escape. The child who sought affection discovered instead that brilliance could disguise pain. These early experiences shaped not just his music, but the persona he would later craft. Dazzling, larger than life, a shield against the world's indifference. The birth of Elton John. Reginald's transformation into Elton John was not mere artistry, it was survival. The sequins, the flamboyant glasses, and the explosive performances concealed a frightened boy still hiding underneath. Every sold-out show was both triumph and armor. Every song a distraction from the lingering emptiness. Fame came swiftly, and with it, adoration, wealth, and acclaim. But the success never filled the void left by a childhood lacking love. The legend was born not only from talent, but necessity. Behind the glamour, Elton carried the quiet fear that no applause could soothe, that the boy inside would always remain unseen. Triumphs and tribulations. Elton John's career is unparalleled. Over 300 million records sold, countless arenas filled, a knighthood, Academy Awards, Grammys, and Golden Globes. Every achievement, however, masked private battles. Addiction, self-doubt, and loneliness were constant companions. Cocaine binges, alcohol-fueled nights, and reckless living took a toll on his body and soul. Even surviving rehab and building a family with David Furnish could not erase the imprint of years spent running from pain. His triumphs were double-edged. Each victory on stage a reminder of what he had endured off it, each standing ovation a fleeting remedy for wounds that never fully healed. The cost of brilliance. Even now, at 78, Elton John continues to perform, supported by doctors and assistants, aware that each concert could be his last. His body bears the evidence of decades of excess. Hip surgeries, infections, and sudden collapses on stage. The physical pain is visible, but the emotional toll is subtler yet deeper. Behind tinted glasses, he hides tears, exhaustion, and the memory of nights spent questioning his worth. The audience sees magic. They rarely see the cost. Every performance is a balance of spectacle and survival, a testament to his resilience, and a reminder that genius often comes at a profound personal price. Searching for acceptance. Elton's lifelong struggle has always been the quest for acceptance. From parents who withheld affection to a society that once condemned his love, the path to recognition was fraught with obstacles. He achieved global acclaim and personal fulfillment, yet the void remained. Fame amplified loneliness, and success intensified insecurities. Even surrounded by adoration, he confronted the same question that haunted him as a child. Without the music, without the applause, would he be loved? The irony of a life spent proving himself is stark. In giving so much to the world, he still wonders if he has ever truly been enough. Addiction and recovery. Elton John's journey through addiction is legendary. Years of cocaine, alcohol, and self-destructive behavior left indelible marks on both body and soul. Rehab offered survival, but not instant peace. Recovery demanded facing decades of unresolved pain, confronting the loneliness that had shadowed his life since childhood. Yet, through perseverance, he built a new reality, a family, philanthropy, and activism that redefined his legacy. His work in fighting AIDS and promoting social causes reflects not just triumph, but penance. A life spent making amends while trying to heal the self he once neglected. The persona and the man. Elton John's public persona is dazzling, but it is also a disguise. Behind the flamboyance and the energy lies Reginald Dwight, the child who never stopped yearning for love. His costumes, his spectacles, his outrageous performances were shields, carefully constructed to deflect scrutiny from the vulnerable boy inside. Even in the brightest spotlight, he wrestled with insecurity. The world saw the legend, few glimpsed the man. Every encore, every chart-topping hit was a negotiation between public expectation and private survival, a delicate balance between giving the world joy and protecting a fragile inner life. The shadow of silence. For a man whose life has been defined by sound and performance, silence is both friend and foe. The farewell tours, memoirs, and biopics offer narrative control, but they cannot quiet the lingering questions. What happens when the music truly stops? Who will he be without applause? The silence is more than absence of noise. It is the echo of decades spent searching for love and acceptance. A reminder that even immense talent cannot erase childhood wounds. The boy who sat alone at the piano still resides within the man who commands stadiums, a ghost in every chord, a whisper in every melody. Legacy and reflection. Elton John's legacy is immense. His songs are timeless, his performances unforgettable. He challenged societal norms, embraced authenticity, and brought joy to millions. Yet the true story is layered. A life of brilliance shadowed by private pain. Each achievement conceals sacrifice. Each smile masks insecurity. The juxtaposition of fame and suffering demonstrates a profound truth. Success cannot heal all wounds. The man who gave the world music, activism, and spectacle still carries the echoes of neglect, addiction, and longing. His life reminds us that even the brightest star can endure shadows unseen by those who admire the light. Seeking peace. At 78, Elton John's quest for peace continues. His philanthropy, family, and sobriety are victories, but they cannot erase all past wounds. The boy who craved unconditional love remains within the man the world celebrates. Each performance is a gift, but also a reminder that he has given so much of himself that little remains for solitude or self-healing. The question persists: can the applause ever replace love? Can the music ever quiet the pain? Elton John's story is a paradox of triumph and tragedy, brilliance and suffering, fame and loneliness. A life lived spectacularly, yet never fully reconciled within. Conclusion: the tragedy and the genius. Elton John's life is a study in contrasts. The world sees a legend, flamboyant, talented, courageous, and enduring. Fewer see the boy behind the piano, the man who survived addiction, surgeries, and heartbreak. His music has brought joy, his activism hope, but for himself, the search for inner peace remains ongoing. The curtain has not yet fallen, the piano still awaits. Somewhere in the echoes of his songs, he continues to seek the melody strong enough to quiet the lifelong ache. Elton John is a genius, a survivor, and a tragedy intertwined, an enduring symbol of brilliance and the human cost of its pursuit.